Let's do a gin martini. Do you have a personal preference for what you like to drink?
I'm basically shot drinker.
You're a shot guy.
Beer, wine, and shots. I tell people I mix drinks in my stomach, not in my glass. Well, it's what I used to drink in my young days. When I was young and crazy, and I'm just old and stupid, I don't drink anymore. Don't breathe, don't smell. Just shoot it out. 1, 2, 3. How much you hate me.
Oh, boy.
Live from TANA'S. You're watching Munchies Guide to Hollywood.
Restaurants and bars represent very specific scenes in Hollywood. If you want to go to ground zero of an old school restaurant, it's Musso and Frank's. If you want to relive the hard rock hair metal days of Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses, go to the Whiskey. If you're looking to dance the night away in Boys Town, it's the Abbey. And if your vibe's a little more 60s, 70s, old school, it's TANA'S. The classics come in all forms in Hollywood, and these are the true originals. LA doesn't really have an Italian red sauce thing like New York. So if you want chicken parm and Chianti, there's one clear choice: TANA'S. It might be a bright California day, but as soon as you walk in, you have no idea what time it is, or really what year it is for that matter. In 1964, Dan Tana, a Yugoslavian soccer star turned actor turned maitre d', took over Old Dominic's and turned it into Dan Tana's in West Hollywood. And over 50 years later, the restaurant is still packed. A favorite amongst the Hollywood elite, you get an idea of who likes to dine here from the celebrity photo wall. In Hollywood, it's rare to find comfort food like this.
This is like old-fashioned Italian restaurant, old school, making food from the scratch like our mamas used to make.
I'm priming my appetite with a martini made by legendary bartender Michael GOTOVAC.
How long have you been here at Tana's?
I started as a waiter in 1968 and became a bartender in 69.
Has anything changed here since you started?
Only 2 changes happen here. We get older, prices are getting higher.
For this type of place, I imagine you have a lot of regulars, right?
That's 80% regular.
80% regulars.
People, it's like a family restaurant. Where a lot of people, show business, movie business, music business. Kirk Douglas, Michael Douglas, they come in here all the time.
Feels like home.
It is, yeah, it feels exactly like home.
Yeah. Is it hard to get a table here?
It's impossible. And we try to take care of our regulars. They can get table anytime they want it.
The only time I've been able to come here was with some friends who are regulars, you know? But maybe now that I met you, I can get in a little easier.
Yeah, good luck.
Maybe not.
There's really only one way to dine at Dan Tana's, and that's with a regular. So I asked Michael and Chef Nino to set me up with the ultimate regular. I'm sitting down with Ken LODI, who basically lives here.
When I said you owe me 20 clams, I meant money.
Ken, how often do you come here?
Well, if I'm in town, I mean, I travel a lot.
You travel, yeah.
Yeah, I like to be here. I'm here 3 nights a week, sometimes 4 if there's something going on, you know.
Tableside preparations are rare these days, so make sure to get the Caesar salad at Dan Tana's.
I love that the oil's in that old booze bottle.
Yeah.
I'm super lucky today because Chef Nino, who's been running things at Dan Tana's for 30 years, is making me the tableside Caesar himself.
Like more wet or a little bit more cheese?
I love cheese. I'm a cheesy guy.
We supersize it.
Isn't that one of the cool things about coming here is that you don't feel like an asshole making a tiny little request?
They take a lot of pride and a lot of pleasure in making people happy.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Chef. Fantastic.
Chef, this is
Enjoy.
amazing. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You can go to a Cheesecake Factory, and you can go there every week. Nobody will remember your name.
cares, yeah.
Nobody cares. We care about everybody that comes here.
Yeah.
The number one is, like we want to give to the customer the best meat on the market, the best chickens on the market. Everything is with no hormones, everything's natural. Everything has to be top notch. That's the motto of the restaurant.
Wow, this is a feast. Oh my God.
Steak.
A steak.
Oh, you're not going to believe that.
You really need it.
And that's the famous chicken parmesan.
It's a pasta alla vodka. One more thing to say, why I choose the Coppola, because Francis Ford Coppola, whatever's in town, he comes here because he likes this place.
Amazing.
Good wine, and I think he's made a couple of good movies, too.
Couple.
You know, salute, salute. Yeah, look at it, Italian. It's like,
Let's dig in. It's fantastic.
We need to have you come back 8 o'clock some Thursday or Friday night, and you will see. It's like the final scene in It's a Wonderful Life. It always feels like a New Year's Eve party in here to me, every single night.
I'm eyeing that linguine and clams. Is it
Reach in
okay
there,
if
yeah.
can we switch plates?
Absolutely,
Is that
yes.
cool?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right. This is not a skimpy portion.
No.
I would find myself fantasizing about something like this. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you miss this? Do you find yourself, you know, like in Paris or wherever you are, like thinking about the chicken parmesan at TANA'S?
Bakersfield?
Bakersfield.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the Munchies Guide to Hollywood without a musical interlude. For over 50 years, Whiskey A Go-Go has been the launch pad for some of the world's biggest bands, as well as ground zero for Hollywood's Sunset Strip rock scene.
Hollywood, USA, baby!
I'm meeting up with Steve Riley, the former drummer of W.A.S.P. and LA Guns, to hear about the glory days of the whiskey.
You started pretty young, right? You started drumming at like 6 or something?
Yeah, I'm 63, and I've been drumming for 58 years, so that sounds crazy.
So we're up on the Sunset Strip at the legendary Whiskey A Go-Go. Being here, how does it feel?
Ground Zero was right here, and it happened like the first year I was here in '77. These 3 booths were always here, and I sat here and watched Van Halen do their first album.
That's amazing.
Some people ask me, what was that like in the 80s on the Sunset Strip? It's very, very difficult to describe because it was jammed. It was 5 to 6 feet deep all the way down the boulevard every single night. It was like a 4-club radius thing, and it was here at the Whiskey, the Roxy, the Troubadour, and the Starwood. And when we come here, we were always blasted. We were blasted when we get here. This LA scene was in 2 waves, too. I was fortunate to be involved in both waves. I was in W.A.S.P. '87 was when GNR was breaking big, and the first wave was starting to slow down a little bit. And LA Guns was a new club band, and they brought me a tape. To tell you the truth, I was so out of it that I didn't know if I was in LA Guns or Guns N' Roses at the first. It was on an old cassette, and it was all scribbled. And the first album, LA Guns, was great. I accepted right away. I knew they had the deal. I was so lucky. That's what happens in this business. You can be good, but you need a lot of luck, too.
You're a rock star, let's face it, right? Is there anything better in this life than being a rock star?
Even for me to acknowledge it is kind of a little uncomfortable because, honestly, you know what? If you were lucky enough to come out of the 80s to play around the world for the rest of your life, then I feel like you did pretty good. This place always stayed. It stayed true to itself, the Whiskey. It's the place where everybody will still come. It's not a huge, huge place, but it's the place in LA.
After a 30-minute interview with no food, I was starving. And what was I craving? Pastrami and a good glass of wine. So I'm driving a mile east down Sunset to GREENBLATT'S, an old-school Jewish deli that's been around since 1926. The owner, Jeff Cavan, is a 3rd-generation deli man.
My grandfather bought the deli in the 1940s.
1940s.
And my dad started in 1952. Clint Eastwood came in for a sandwich a while back. The next day I called my dad and I said, Clint Eastwood was just in here. And my dad says, I remember him. He's a very nice boy.
That's amazing.
So it's got a history that goes way back. We had a guy came in some years back and he said to me, Jeff, this is a really good pastrami sandwich, but I've had better. And that got me mad. I made about 50 changes in that one sandwich. Tried to have a sandwich that I think was better than anybody else's.
Fired you up, right?
Got me fired up.
Yeah,
I'm sure that. Again, I'm sure that's happened to you.
Yeah.
But I like to hand people a piece of pastrami and watch their face. Here we go, a little pastrami and roast beef before we bring you your dinner.
Tasting. Phenomenal.
My dad got interested in wine when there was hardly a wine shop in Los Angeles. And in his little Jewish deli, he started selling fine wines. And people would come over from Europe and they'd say, who's this guy buying all these carloads of Bordeaux? And they'd come in, they'd find a little Jewish deli.
It's really awesome because it's what's made GREENBLATT'S so iconic.
You can buy any bottle in our retail shop, and for $5.95, we'll serve it in the restaurant. I was cleaning out some old bottles at my dad's house, and I found a 45 Pomard that he'd opened like 20 years ago.
Oh, great wines. That Sancerre from Kermit Lynch is great.
Wish I had a bottle of 78 Marthas, but I don't have that.
I know.
I may go looking for that bottle.
I can't wait to taste.
Let's get you a table.
Yeah, let's do it.
GREENBLATT'S is right next door to one of Hollywood's best comedy clubs, the Laugh Factory, so it's a no-brainer to go catch a set before or after your sandwich. I'm sitting down with Chris Redd, comedian and SNL cast member, to eat a quick bite before his set next door. We got a great bottle of wine, I ordered a Reuben, and I couldn't ask for better company.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to sit.
I know, get comfy.
I want to.
It's a big part of it. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, here we go. I love this soup, man.
High hopes for it, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta try it. Oh, you got the Monster Ball soup? I think I said Monsters Ball, which was a great movie. Thank you very much. Do you swish it around?
I do.
Like a very.
I smell it.
Yeah, people do look at you different when you know how to taste wine.
It's fucking good.
GREENBLATT'S is funny because GREENBLATT'S was the first place I could actually afford. When I moved to LA, I was sleeping on my friend's couch and he had several roaches. So you can only get food that had lids on it because roaches are strong.
Oh yeah.
And I would come to GREENBLATT'S all the time and I would get like a quart of this soup and I would just split up the soup throughout the day so I have food. Oh, what's this?
It's a number 3.
Yeah, it's so much food.
It might put you to sleep though before you go on stage.
No, I gotta take a bite. I'm gonna take a little bit of that meat though. Let me take a little bit of that meat. I've always been like a workaholic to the point where like I didn't have time for stuff. I would like line up my sets all week. I would be writing all day and then I would go out and I would do comedy. I would come to GREENBLATT'S, buy this soup with these crackers, and I would just eat and then go out and do it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's light too. It's like, this is like too heavy. Cause then you farting and shit. You know what I'm saying? You farting and you shitting.
Oh, I know.
You shitting and farting. I don't need all that.
I know.
That's no joke at all.
What's the difference pre and post SNL as a
Well, first of all, I had so many more friends than I thought I did. So that's cool.
They come out of the woodwork.
They do. It's crazy. It's like the Thriller video, Michael Jackson's Thriller video. But everybody looks better.
Do you still allow yourself to have fun?
Yeah. I'm always trying to carve out time.
Good for you.
And that's why I love the road. I love the road so much because you get to just go to these different cities and just kind of like make decisions and do things in these cities that and like discover. Yeah, I just take advantage of it all the time. And jet skis. I love jet skis. All that shit.
Is there any sort of stuff that universally gets laughs, like anywhere, whether you're in LA
good
or New York?
jokes.
Good jokes?
Good fucking jokes.
What's a good joke?
A joke that works everywhere.
Yeah.
People don't understand that it's art. And it's like, we have to get it right so that it's perfect. I try to have the most honest conversation with an audience when I'm doing a set. And that's just kind of like my goal.
At some point, you're going to be super famous, right? And then...
I mean, you know, we all hope so. Don't we all? Hope so? No, there's nobody up there.
Dope,
Yo,
thank you,
I'm
dude.
hitting you up, bro. When
Appreciate
I come back, I'm coming to see you.
yes,
I'm coming to eat, G.
Chris ran right next door for his set at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah. So here we are. Glad to be back in LA. LA's cool.
It was time for a nightcap and some dancing, and what better place to do it than the Abbey in West Hollywood. This bar has been the meeting place for LA's LGBTQ community since the early 90s.
The Abbey began with an idea of mine in 1991, where I was a banker at Wells Fargo. One of my clients owned the first coffee house in Los Angeles, and this is before Starbucks, and I just thought I could do that and bring it to West Hollywood. People said, how are you going to have a successful business selling just coffee? No one really believed in me, but I did, and here we are 28 years later.
Earlier, I dined with a regular at TANA'S, and now I'm drinking and dancing with a regular at the Abbey. Aluja is taking me under her wing to show me the ultimate Abbey experience.
The Abbey's been sort of an anchor here. It's been around for so long.
It's definitely a West Hollywood staple. We can't live without it.
From what I hear, over 15 renovations to this place.
Yeah, this place has had more facelifts than I have.
That's amazing. You're here to have fun.
Yeah.
You're here to hang with
I'm
us.
here to party.
I want to party too.
Yeah, follow me.
One of my best joys is when people come to me and say, thank you for creating a space like this where I feel welcome, I feel safe, or this is the first place I came out, or my first place that I'm proud to bring my parents to, of having it a gay-friendly establishment.
Places like the Abbey are what make Hollywood so special. You can come here and be accepted for whoever you are. And it's a trip. I can walk 5 minutes down the street and end up right where we started, at TANA'S. Kitchen's open till almost 1 a.m., which is perfect. I think I'll make it just in time to put in an order of late-night spaghetti and meatballs. I fucking love LA.